Most men do not realize that the smallest hesitation in their body can completely change the emotional atmosphere between two people. When a man reaches out with uncertainty, even if his hand is gentle, that uncertainty travels through his touch. The nervous system is incredibly sensitive. Research in neuroscience shows that human beings constantly read microsignals through posture, muscle tone, breathing patterns, and skin contact. A woman may not consciously analyze what feels off, but her body registers it instantly. Her shoulders tighten slightly. Her breathing shifts. Emotional openness pauses. This is not about perfection. It is about regulation. When your body is calm, your touch feels calm. When your breathing is steady, your presence feels steady. Emotional safety begins in the nervous system, not in words. A mature woman is rarely moved by appearance alone. She is moved by how her body feels around you. Does her chest feel relaxed? Does her breathing deepen? Does she feel settled rather than alert? These physiological cues determine whether connection grows or quietly shuts down. Healthy emotional connection begins with grounded presence. That means you are aware of your own state before you initiate contact. If your heart is racing with anxiety or your mind is focused on an outcome, that tension transfers. Studies in interpersonal neurobiology explain that nervous systems synchronize. If you are tense, she feels tension. If you are calm, her system is more likely to mirror that calmness. This is why self-regulation is the foundation of meaningful touch. Touch, when healthy and respectful, activates the release of oxytocin, sometimes called the bonding hormone. Oxytocin supports trust, reduces stress responses, and enhances feelings of closeness. But it is not triggered by random or careless contact. It is triggered when the brain perceives safety. Safety is communicated through consistency, emotional clarity, and gentle confidence. When your touch is rushed or uncertain, the stress hormone cortisol may rise instead. The body protects itself before it connects. Emotional maturity responds to steadiness, not pressure, not performance, not exaggerated intensity. A grounded touch does not feel like it is asking for something. It does not feel like it is trying to prove something. It simply feels present. This presence communicates self-trust. And self-trust is deeply attractive because it signals stability. Many men either hesitate too much or move too quickly. Hesitation can feel like doubt. Rushing can feel intrusive. Both create imbalance in the nervous system. Healthy timing comes from awareness. Notice her body language. Is she leaning closer? Is she maintaining eye contact? Is her posture open? Emotional readiness shows itself in subtle ways. Respecting those signals builds trust far more effectively than any technique. When your hand rests gently on her lower back with calm confidence, the message is not control. The message is awareness. Your palm is warm, your breathing is steady, you are not gripping, you are simply present. That kind of contact can create a quiet sense of reassurance. When you hold her hand without squeezing too tightly, and your thumb moves softly in a slow, natural rhythm, you are communicating attention. Attention tells the brain, I see you, I am here. Emotional honesty is essential. If your touch is meant to impress or manipulate, the body senses the mismatch. Authenticity creates alignment between intention and action. That alignment is what feels real. When you are comfortable within yourself, not chasing an outcome, your touch feels complete on its own. It is not demanding a reaction, it is offering connection. Remember, meaningful touch is never about force. It is about consent, awareness, and emotional regulation. When you take a moment to ground yourself before reaching out, you change the entire emotional experience. The body relaxes, the mind softens, trust begins to grow quietly. When emotional presence is steady, connection begins to deepen in subtle but powerful ways. The nervous system responds to consistency. If your energy shifts from calm to anxious within seconds, the body notices. Emotional steadiness is not about being stiff or overly controlled. It is about being relaxed in your own skin. When you feel secure within yourself, your movements slow naturally. Your breathing settles. Your touch becomes deliberate rather than reactive. One of the most important elements of meaningful touch is stillness. Many people believe attraction is created through constant movement, dramatic gestures, or intense physicality. In reality, The nervous system needs time to interpret and respond. When your hand remains gently steady on her shoulder for a few seconds without fidgeting or tightening, it gives her body time to process safety. Stillness communicates strength. It signals that you are not nervous, not rushed, not trying to control the moment. Psychologically, humans are wired to assess safety before vulnerability. The amygdala, a small structure in the brain responsible for detecting potential threats, activates quickly when something feels uncertain. If your touch is abrupt, overly firm, or inconsistent, her brain may interpret it as unpredictability. But when your movements are smooth, slow, and intentional, the brain shifts from alert mode to connection mode. Heart rate stabilizes, muscles relax, emotional openness becomes possible. Emotional honesty also plays a central role. Touch that reflects genuine affection feels different from touch driven by expectation. If you are present simply to enjoy the closeness, without silently demanding a specific outcome, your body language changes. There is less tension in your fingers, less pressure in your grip, less urgency in your movements. This absence of pressure is deeply reassuring. It tells her that connection is not conditional. Consider the gentle gesture of brushing a strand of hair away from her face near her temple. When done slowly and respectfully, it communicates care, but the intention must match the action. If your mind is racing ahead, the softness disappears. Emotional authenticity cannot be faked for long. The body senses coherence between what you feel and what you do. Another powerful moment is a calm embrace, not a quick, distracted hug, but one that lingers slightly longer while remaining respectful. When two bodies remain still together for a few extra seconds, breathing often synchronizes naturally. This synchronization fosters closeness. Research in social neuroscience shows that shared rhythms, breathing, heart rate, subtle movement, strengthen feelings of bonding. A lingering embrace can leave a lasting emotional imprint, especially when it feels unforced. It is important to emphasize consent and awareness at every stage. Emotional maturity means you are attentive to her responses. If she stiffens or pulls back, you respect that immediately. Trust grows when she knows her comfort is your priority. Attraction that develops within safety is far stronger than attraction pressured into existence. Emotional clarity creates emotional security. When your touch is grounded, calm, and honest, her nervous system interprets it as stability. Stability allows curiosity. Curiosity allows closeness, and closeness allows attraction to develop naturally rather than being pushed. Meaningful touch is less about technique and more about regulation. It begins inside you. When you manage your own emotional state through steady breathing, relaxed posture, and patient pacing, you create an environment where connection can grow organically. Emotional presence transforms simple gestures into memorable experiences. At the deepest level, meaningful touch is not about creating a reaction. It is about creating a feeling of safety that allows emotion to unfold naturally. When a woman feels emotionally safe, her body softens, her breathing becomes fuller, her posture opens without effort. These are not dramatic signals. They are quiet physiological responses that show trust is forming. The body always chooses safety before attraction. If safety is missing, attraction struggles to grow. This is why emotional presence matters more than charm or technique. When your nervous system is regulated, your touch carries steadiness. That steadiness tells her body there is no threat, no pressure, no hidden agenda. It communicates patience. Patience lowers defensiveness. Lower defensiveness allows connection. One of the most overlooked elements of emotional connection is pacing. Healthy pacing respects emotional readiness. If closeness develops gradually, trust strengthens layer by layer. A calm hand at her waist while walking together, light and respectful, can feel grounding when the timing is right. But the same gesture, introduced too quickly, can feel overwhelming. Emotional intelligence means sensing the rhythm of the moment and adjusting naturally. When you gently hold her face before a kiss, your energy matters more than the position of your hands. If your eyes are soft and your breathing is calm, the moment feels intimate and sincere. If your movements are hurried or tense, the same gesture can feel pressured. The difference lies in regulation. Emotional regulation is the skill of staying centered in your body rather than being driven by impulse. A lingering goodbye embrace often carries powerful emotional memory. When you hold her with relaxed shoulders and steady breath, and then release slowly rather than abruptly, her nervous system registers the warmth. The slight pause before stepping away creates space for anticipation. Absence, when it follows a safe and positive interaction, can gently increase desire, not because of manipulation, but because the body remembers how it felt. It is essential to understand that authentic attraction grows from mutual comfort. Emotional presence is not about dominating space, it is about sharing space calmly. When you are comfortable within yourself, you do not need to prove anything. Your touch does not seek validation, it simply expresses connection. That quiet confidence is deeply reassuring. Science continues to show that positive, consensual touch reduces stress hormones and increases bonding chemicals. But these benefits only occur when both individuals feel respected. Emotional honesty builds that respect. If your intentions are clear and your actions are consistent, trust develops naturally. Trust becomes the foundation for deeper emotional closeness. Ask yourself a simple question. Does your presence relax the room or does it create tension? This self-awareness changes everything. When you focus on being grounded rather than impressive, your energy shifts. You slow down, you listen more closely. You move with intention instead of urgency. That shift alone transforms the emotional experience. A mature woman responds to emotional truth. She feels when a man is centered, when he is patient, when he is genuinely attentive. She also feels when he is uncertain or performing. Emotional authenticity cannot be substituted. It is sensed instantly through tone, timing, and touch. In the end, emotional presence is not a strategy. It is a state. It is the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you are enough without forcing an outcome. When your touch reflects that inner steadiness, connection feels natural. Attraction feels calm rather than chaotic. And emotional closeness grows in a way that is healthy, mutual, and lasting. Emotional presence is everything.